Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. We'll be looking at Cordelia de Castellane's latest book, Flower Couture, From My Garden to My Home. I'm so thrilled to share this book with you, so let's take a look inside. This marks the second book by Cordelia de Castellane, the renowned French designer and artistic director of Dior Home and Baby Dior. Celebrated for her refined sensibility and effortless elegance, Cordelia brings a uniquely French perspective to interior design and the art of entertaining. Cordelia has established a distinctive voice, one that captures the charm and nuance of French lifestyle and decor. Her signature style, flamboyant and sophisticated, reveals a deep reverence for home, nature, and the poetry of everyday beauty. From the moment you hold the book in your hands, its exceptional quality is apparent. The cover, wrapped in a textured fabric, features a painted print by Cordelia of one of her favorite flowers from her garden, the iris. The book is thoughtfully divided into 8 chapters, each organized by color, a clever and visually engaging structure. In addition to this, the table of contents offers a helpful index of themes and topics, each accompanied by its corresponding page number, allowing you to navigate the book at your leisure and according to your interests. Upon opening the book, right away, an aerial plan of her garden is shown. It offers a glimpse into how she has so thoughtfully designed and organized each space, creating a harmonious blend of structure and natural beauty. I find this addition to the book very inspiring, and I love to see it. From a few passages in the book. My colors. My daily uniform seems to be limited to navy, black, gray, white, or beige. I can't give you too much fashion advice, as my tastes are pretty conservative and boring. Color catches the eye, so I prefer it in my collections, my creations, and even in my garden. Bunny Mellon, the famous American horticulturist, said, "Flowers were my life. They spoke for me when I couldn't. It's flowers that speak to me best about color, nuance, and harmony. I don't mix more than 3 colors together at one time because it would be too risky to control." That's how I came up with the idea of describing flowers through their shades. It was a real puzzle, to be honest. I don't see colors in the same way as other people. Could this be a form of color blindness? I really shouldn't write that. Then came the classification of ochres, saffrons, and gingerbreads, and white. What kind of a white are we talking about? It's not white, it's cream, snow, pearl, grainy, gray, and so many more. It's precisely these infinite nuances that fascinate me. In my studio, jars of candies remind me of the flowers and guide the colors in my collections. My next step will be to make my own plant-based dyes. An infinite palette is terribly tempting. Sometimes life is far too hard to be seen only in black and white. The dream world of my garden. There are undoubtedly many more feelings in this garden than there are flowers. In a very personal way, a few years ago, I was brought face to face with the mourning of my father. It is here in this garden that I've poured out my grief. It seems that working the earth can be the best psychologist in the world. I believe this is true. Flowers have always been my best friends. I can't imagine a home without flowers. The idea of having a garden full of these pretty ladies appealed a lot to me, with their color palettes, their grace, and their fragility, all this at my fingertips. I spent a lot of time in the middle of mountain meadows when I was growing up. My grandmother and I used to make herbariums with flowers pressed against huge dictionaries. When those books weren't balanced on my head for perfect posture, as she liked to do, or to measure myself, or to look up each word that I discovered in the books. Perhaps, in the end, words and flowers grew together with me. The world of gardening has plunged me into a new life. I'm a woman in a hurry, impatient and controlling, so I'm learning to become patient and to observe what nature decides for me. I'm afraid of insects and spiders, and earthworms disgust me. But suddenly, I put my hands in the earth and delight in finding myself covered in mud. I quit the Instagram fashion show accounts without a care, and now I follow all the landscapers and gardeners for advice. I'm discovering a garden community that I love far more than any magazine cover or fancy dinner. At last I've joined Christian Dior in his passion, and the prints inherited from Emmanuel Ungaro have become even more meaningful to me. Nature takes pride of place in my creativity. My life is more relaxed, which allows me to focus on what I love most, after my family and my imagination. This garden has transformed my life. There's nothing extraordinary about it. It is small and pretty, but it's given me a passion. I'll take you there. There are so many secrets, and there is so much love behind my little wooden gate. I often talk about the flowers in my decors, but nature in general also has its place. I like to play with seasonal fruits and vegetables to liven up certain parts of the house. This gourmet aspect appeals to me. In fact, my Dior collection is based on the couturier's vegetable garden. A house needs to be welcoming. Pretty bowls of fruit replace a bouquet of flowers on the table. Bright red apples fill large vases in the living room, and in summer I place bowls of cherries on coffee tables or in the guest bedrooms. Sometimes I fix fruits with lacquer. At Christmas I paint them gold. I also use pieces of tableware to decorate certain spaces. In the kitchen there are baskets filled with napkins for the whole family, with all the prints mixed together, so everyone knows which one is theirs. I like lively homes, and as soon as you enter, the ferns announce that this is a house full of life, where nothing is fixed or ever completely in its place. The greenhouse in the middle of the flower field is where I sort and clean my cosmos, dahlias, daisies, poppies, and sunflowers. This is where buckets of picked flowers are prepared and sent off to my coffee flower shop. Christian Dior's Lily of the Valley is embossed on my day-to-day tableware. When the objects are understated and of very high quality, I like to have fun by adding a touch of fantasy, like this blend of flowers and colors. After women, flowers are the most divine creations. Christian Dior. Often, each table at home is different. I play around with my tablecloths and services, depending on the flowers in the garden. Decorating the tables with flowers is the part I enjoy the most. I love to take my time and savor it. I place objects on the tables and invent according to my mood. Sometimes I let Mom, Isabel, or Catherine take over. I take the opportunity to have lunch in my greenhouse before the days get too hot, and I bring out the lemon and orange trees for the season. What could be better than dreaming of the Mediterranean and summer ahead of time? I place a linen tablecloth with ladder stitching on the wooden work table. Orange trees in their terracotta pots recall the world of the garden, and a Christian Dior service I designed, inspired by my entire citrus collection. It is a pleasure for me to bring my collections to life in the spaces where I conceived of them. A few oranges are sown here and there, as they have fallen from the tree. A touch of green neutralizes the power of orange. Then I add a little terracotta, and lunch is served. The crystal glasses are unadorned, simple. When I use strong colors like red or orange, I keep the base very classic as to not create an overpowering decor. The most important thing in living rooms or on tables is to provide a feeling of serenity. I think that is what real luxury is all about. It's not about excess of decoration or flamboyant things. It's the peace brought by simplicity. I love hosting lunches and dinners in this greenhouse. Christmas evening was a unique moment, with a lace tablecloth in the middle of a snow-covered garden, and another year I transformed the greenhouse into a winter living room, bringing in the garden sofas and covering them with fake fur. Cordelia presents a variety of almost unlimited, extraordinary inspiration, from the exteriors of her home to the gardens to the various descriptions of flowers, colors, and the interior spaces that she decorates with, how she arranges the flowers, which flowers grow when, varying types of bouquets, how to use them in a tablescape, and her own personal experience with them. We are given a glimpse into her life and into her mind. This is truly an extraordinary gift. I encourage you to buy the book for yourself, to have this treasure with you. You will find the link in the description of this video, as well as her first book, which is just as darling. I personally feel that this book is quite inexpensive for the quality you are receiving, compared to many lifestyle books that I personally own and have seen. Friends, thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me in the comments which page was your favorite and what videos you would like to see next. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.